Something a bit different this week. Your old friend Crafty didn't feel like doing any painting, but I've got you covered. I'm not going to leave you abandoned with no video. Here I have got a dewback Sandy. I've got an orange box Sandy, which I picked up recently on Facebook, a Facebook Star Wars group, for £20, which I think is quite reasonable. The box is a little bit duffed up, but I don't worry about that stuff. That doesn't bother me. And here I have got not one, not three, but two Sandys from AliExpress that cost me £20 and 34p. And you can already see they're beautifully packaged. I think you'll agree. But other than that, let's do a little comparison. See, actually, one thing you should know straight away is these things, they smell. They've got a very particular smell, very plasticky, like a rubbery, I don't know what sort of smell it is. I've never smelt it before in my life, and hopefully I won't be smelling it for too long. Maybe they'll just air out after time. But let's get into it. We'll compare the accessories, we'll compare the figures, we'll see, did I waste my money, or can you build a decent patrol for half the price with these AliExpress bootlegs? I don't want to say that necessarily, but that's probably what they are. Let's go take a look. Okay, let's take a look. So we've got the dewback rider here and the orange pauldron trooper here. But here's what we really want, is the AliExpress. And straight out of the bag, you can see we've got a rickets problem. So the knee is a bit saggy in. These look okay on first glance. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, we've got the usual suspects. So all three blasters, which is good. And then the pack looks pretty good. It's got the leathery pouch thing and a little bit of paint just in the wrong place there, but otherwise very good. Already a problem here. We got a leg off. We got a leg off situation. So one-legged trooper, but I think he's going to be okay. And yeah, he'll pull through. He'll pull through. I'll get that back on there. No, he's going to have to be heated up to get that back on. But just a quick look. Everything else looks pretty good. The paint is similar on both, which makes me wonder, like, were these done by hand, the weathering? But you can see the details pretty good. It's very slightly smaller, the AliExpress one, by maybe a 2mm. And that is an ugly knee joint. If you get in there, yeah, different looking knee joint. So the AliExpress has got a slightly, I don't know, cheaper looking knee joint, and yeah, different to the Sandtrooper. I'm wondering if he's similar to the Luke escape, Death Star escape Luke. Let's have, no, Luke's are the same as the other Sandtroopers. So this guy's just got the AliExpress one is just a cheaper joint that I don't think you'll see anywhere else. And I think that's what makes for those bandy legs. And will certainly makes him susceptible to bandy legs. He is a little bit shorter, even than the Luke Trooper. But I think he's losing that height in the neck as much as anything. So let's get the other leg back on the other guy. And I've also heated these up. And oh, there we are, troopers down. You can see they fall over. Even the kosher ones fall over real easy. So you'd be forgiven if this one didn't. No, he's going to stand okay. But you can see there the wobbly, a little bit wobbly in the leg, in that knee joint. Whereas the kosher one, a lot firmer, no problems there. So it does just gives him a slightly saucy stance. He's got a bit of sass. I don't mind that. So the leg's back on now, and his legs are pretty jelly because they're warm, so I don't think he's gonna stand, but it does give you a chance to straighten the legs out a little bit and get him a bit more into line. Let him cool off for a minute. Simmer down. Meanwhile, these joints, this one guy, the other guy isn't, but this guy's stiff, man. That is all his joints were really stiff, but they loosened up. The packs are pretty damn similar. I mean, the detailing on both is almost identical. The dewback backpack on the right there doesn't have that extra gold bit on the pouch, and the AliExpress one does, which is kind of cool. I think they're very slightly different in size. Like by maybe the AliExpress one is like 1 millimeter shorter than the official ones. Just you can tell just here and there, but only when you hold them up to each other. You would never know otherwise. So literally just maybe a 2mm shorter overall. It's tiny difference, but it's pretty good. And then the wash, if you compare the wash to the dewback, the dewback's got that splurge on his chest, which I don't really like, so I actually prefer the AliExpress compared to the orange box. Yeah, I don't mind. It's just sort of nice that they're different, really. Nice that the weathering looks a little bit different. I don't know if the AliExpress one is done by hand, because like I said, the two AliExpress, they're slightly different. And that's the comparison with the orange box on the left there, and the AliExpress on the right. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, the mold's great. You can see here actually the orange box does have that little bit of detailing. It does look a little bit more leather on the orange box, the pouch, than the AliExpress one, but it's pretty good, and they've bothered to get those gold buttons in there. Yeah, I mean, slightly smaller, again, a little short for a trooper, but you know, at this stage of the Galactic War, they're probably letting, you know, they've lowered the standards. They've literally lowered their height standards. If we put them all together, yeah, I think it just gives some nice variation. Maybe I'm just talking myself into more AliExpress troopers, but I like the way they're looking. Let's get on and look at the weaponry, I think, next. So if we compare DLTs, the duck lettuce tomatoes, 19, DLT 19. I've got the two AliExpress in the middle. This bottom one is the dewback, and the top one is the orange boxer. So if we compare, they're pretty good. Both have got a bit of gunmetal on them, on the barrel. Weirdly though, for this one of the AliExpress, they've put gunmetal on the stock as well. Very strange. Don't know what happened there. Someone got carried away. And on the dewback, there's nothing at all. So the AliExpress is holding its own there, I think. The E11s, they are the same. I mean, I think they're even exactly the same size. I can't see any size difference between the two. I'm not actually sure at this point which one is which. The T21 blaster rifle. The top one is the kosher one, and you can really tell because of these straps. It's actually nice and pliable on the top one, the kosher one. The two AliExpress ones are a little bit stiff, maybe a smidge shorter, but the actual blasters themselves are great. They look great. Slightly shinier finish on the orange box than on the AliExpress, but I don't mind that. Let's see them in action.
Someone was in the pod. The tracks go off in this direction. Look, sir, droid. How long have you had these droids?
About 3 or 4 seasons.
They're up for sale if you want them.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Move along.
Move along. Move along.
Here they are after their AI fun. By the way, if you don't like AI, I'll put the photos at the end, or even if you just want to see the photos, they're at the end of the video, so check those out. But here they are, my guys. I'm pretty pleased with them. By the way, the smell is gone. It's just cleared right up, which is which is good. But these are great. I think for $10, you know, they're really great. I think they're really cool. Having said that, if I saw the Kosher Black Series ones come up, especially if it was like for 15 quid in a sale, that sometimes happens, they pop up, doesn't it? I think I'd go for them of the two, but for half price, it's kind of a bit of a battle, isn't it, between which you get, because these are very good. Interestingly, as I was mucking about with these, it did make me realize I don't know how they're painted, like these or the Black Series official ones. I'd love to know, because the weathering's slightly different on these two AliExpress ones. It made me think, are they painted, finished by hand? That can't be, can it? I'd love to see a documentary on it. So if anyone knows some info, let me know. Be super interested. Let me know what you thought, as always. Probably next video I will be back to something crafty. You know, that's where we tend to operate here. But let me know what you thought of the review video. Would you be interested in seeing more, or was it just a load of old bantha dung? That's the appropriate thing, isn't it? All right, As always, like, subscribe, love seeing your comments, and I'll see you next time. See ya.